Alright. So I basically nothing to do with them either. So right through. Because let's go.
So then. However, however,
It's all clear now. Goodbye.
No, you. No, you have. Yeah. Oh god, I thought I saw like the camera glitching. Look, the camera's literally glitching. Look at the camera. Like, in the corner. Oh my god. See? Oh god. Hey.
Just a second. Okay.
I mean... Huh? Oh, hey! Huh?
Right.
Don't be mean!
What? Well... It's nothing. Hey. And?
I mean... Huh? Let me out of here! You got it all wrong!
It would seem... So then... Honestly... Is that okay? Could it be... That's terrible! Just the worst.
What?
That's right. What the heck?
Please!
What are you saying?
What the heck?
Okay. Huh! See? Look! See how loose it is? I mean, come on. I'm blind as a bat in here. Can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me!
And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's not a very nice thing to say. I mean, it's not like I made it. I just got caught up in the moment.
Well, either way, now we know for sure, right? I mean, it seems pretty clear that nobody but Hiro could have fit into this dumb costume. Ah. Just a second!
But...
Honestly.
what the heck?
Just the worst. That's terrible!
What?
Oh! Then perhaps...
Nope, that's another game. This is the first game. Nope. I think she's in the second game. Nope. This is the first game. I have a bunch of different characters. I don't know what that is. I have a bunch of screenshots of who. I'm playing Trigger Happy Hacker. Here I have a site. Yakaman, Sono, Kyotaka Ishimaru, Toko Fukawa, Yuki Miyamada, Leon Kawada, Chihiro Fujisaki, Kyoko Kirikiri, Asuhina Junko, Onishima Mondo, Owada, Sakura Ogami, Yasuhiro
What the heck?
What the heck? What?
Just the worst.
Please? Huh? How about that?
So then,
I'm at least 30% right.
correct.
Please.
What the heck?
Oh. Hey.
Just the worst.
So,
Huh?
Yeah, that's not true.
Yeah!
Like,
Don't be mean.
one time, I don't remember which
Just a second.
one they sync that time, but I know that they sync one time.
No way.
Just a second.
Please.
What the heck?
What?
And I watch anime.
Makoto. It would seem... Why... Anyway, shall we go? Hey. Correct. Hey. Anyway... So then... I knew it. I see. Hey. Whew. So then... That's right. In other words... However... Makoto. Because... Hey. Is that right? So then... Indeed. That's right. Indeed. Why is that? Hey. So... However... Is that right? So... Hey. So then... Hey. Is that right?
Well, time to do class trial.
Are you excited? Are you pumped? Like the bright burst of fireworks. And so, with no... Everyone, please meet at the U's. Make your way to the red... See?
It would seem... Shall we go?
Let's go! That baby turns into a weird world. Let's go.
Monokuma appears!
There's
Wrong.
two of them!
Whew.
Boy, tough crowd.
Stop talking.
Okay. Hey! Hey!
The banjo. That's right.
Let's go.
Please!
What the
The
heck?
body has already been discovered.
What the
It's about
heck?
to be discovered in the chat.
Hey.
That's right.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Just the
What?
Come on.
R/slash technically.
Yahoo!
In the class trial, I mean, like, I guess, like, someone dies as a punishment, you know? Me who just overwrites every single thing.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, to begin with...
We already know who did it.
No, I don't.
Was that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit.
Don't try and deny it. You killed them.
I didn't! Someone knocked me out. I was asleep the whole time. I don't know anything about it.
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Who are you calling a murderer?
Well,
I am sorry to say, Hero, but we do have evidence.
and I have more evidence.
Blueprint for the
than
suit. Parts we assume were used to build it. And all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling. It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tall you? I don't know. I don't know.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff. It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
Hero, why? Why did you kill them?
No, just hold on a second.
Everything we found in your... The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
It's not true. It's
Hero, why?
no. Just hold on a second.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are...
No, it's wrong.
Are we sure Hero really made those blueprints?
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at... It's the note that Hero wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on. I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
So, Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hero's the culprit?
And he is not the only one. I think you're right.
Then who was in that robo-just? Is it like Hero said?
The suspicious individual. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell...
Say?
Okay, I need to look this up because I can't do it. I do this with questions I don't know. So yeah, look it up.
Shoot! I got it! Other than Hero, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit, and we never found...
Then there can be no doubt. Hero...
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hero didn't do it.
Well,
It makes perfect sense. Hero was the suspicious...
So what you're saying...
That's right. The culprit...
What? Now that's a bold assumption.
And what reason do you have to make such a statement?
Of course. There's something else we need to clarify first.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around.
All things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body. It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
A gun! A gun! They were a Dutch. So, let's see if... Taka's body disappeared, and when we found it for the second time, it was the same tarp. So the killer must have seen it there, and that way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the...
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment. But when the body disappeared, later, when Taka's body... so did the dolly.
In other words, you think they use... But are you sure you are not mistaken? Huh? Are you absolutely positive that dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the... It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the... Is it not possible that it would...
She's raised an objection.
There is no shame in being... We have all accepted the fact... You have it wrong! I cannot agree! You are a fool! So pathetic! Lies will get you nowhere! Do your worst! Away with you! You miserable wretch! I cannot agree! You are a fool! Lies will get you nowhere! Do your worst! You miserable wretch! You have it wrong! I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. I cannot agree.
This should prove it. If you're asking for proof that the dolly moved, I have it right here. When I found the dolly in the repository, there was a pool of blood in the equipment room with the tire. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident. As they wheeled the body out of the room, and as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the... So there's my proof that the dolly was used to...
Well, anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to...
Yeah, the subject of how Robo-Justice didn't do it. What kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant... If you look back on how the body was transported... As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room. And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah. But even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over. Then you could push the dolly no problem. So the killer incarted the...
If you accept, then you must realize that...
Sorry, I don't think I realize anything.
As we know, and from there...
Yeah, then loaded it on...
Now, keep in mind...
Well, yeah. But all you'd have to do is bend over.
No, that's wrong.
Now that
You're
I think
absolutely
about,
right that you could, but if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually...
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all... When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend it. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it,
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you...
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think some...
yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the
I got it! I don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember...
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without...
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself?
Of course I wasn't making...
If he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah, that's right!
So, it's really, really true that RoboJust...
To be clear,
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took? You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo-Justice? If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that? Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said? So long as those facts exist, the proper the individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same.
Yeah.
Hold on a sec!
It's still far too early to reach. Besides, before we rush to a verdict, instead of seizing on one viewpoint,
perhaps, but we're...
let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning.
What a pain in the ass!
I don't disagree, but our lives...
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where...
All right, then. Let's take another... I suppose we could start with 4 of us gathered together in the dining. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody... That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko...
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour. I know it was an hour, because I remember...
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had... As it turns out, it also soon became clear that this We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the... But not long after leaving the nurse's office...
When Celeste told us that, and soon after that...
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd
And then... that point, we decided to divide. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement. I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor to let the others know what had...
Meanwhile, we must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time, because we heard the same announcement not long after.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the 3 of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us, and she told us something very surprising. We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again. But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time...
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository. Which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
I think that about covers it.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated. It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation. And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka. So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
So, regarding Taka's death,
I wonder if he, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were. Taka came last
What makes you say that?
because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was
Killed with while Taka's death.
See? So it's obvious Taka came. So, I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know what order Taka came last
What makes you say?
because of the number.
It's true that while Taka's death.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after. So, I wonder if he, or perhaps it was after. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last
What makes you say that?
because of the numbering of the Justice Hammer.
No, that's wrong. Hold on. There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers. If anything, that's just another way that...
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammer, but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi? Okay then.
Is this... I refuse to give up yet!
Wristwatch. Okay.
Now I understand! I've got it! Taka's wristwatch! See? Look! It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
it must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer. Because as of last night, so if it wasn't broken after 6,
And that would be his official time of...
But if that's true, then he would...
And before Celeste was attacked this morning.
that's right. Taka was killed before.
That's simple facts. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident...
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder. But all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi.
That's right. With him. heard Hifumi screaming, we were all... Then we all ran down to the nurse's office. That's totally true. We're all in the...
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a
If that's true, where's the tape?
I don't know.
Don't just go making stuff up.
Anyway, we all have since all of us were there together.
And it does not stop there. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else, and then there's the disappearance of... At that time, we were all gathered together in the...
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the...
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's...
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same because, as we just established...
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway.
In other words, it is impossible that any of us, on the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
That's true. We searched everywhere, but we... And according to... His body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third, in that short amount...
Oh man, yeah! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
Mary Poppins.
What? How?
If the dead body were to move itself.
The dead body moved on its own?
No!
I don't think it has anything to do with we thought Hifumi was dead.
He was...
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't?
But I mean, we thought...
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
That it isn't possible.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Yes, I know that song. It's like, let's go fly.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really...
What else is discovery?
Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
No, that's wrong. Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Of course it was. The announcement...
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body...
That's right. It wasn't long after finding...
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the...
First of all, if 2 bodies had been found, there really should have been...
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any
Well, it's a very sensitive... But what I can say about the body discovery announcement, it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
No, actually, that was plenty.
Huh?
He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time, which even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again. If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Huh? Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
Bodies for rediscovered.
I got it! We heard it a second time in the repository. When... It didn't seem weird at the time, but it...
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't...
And in reality, when the 2 dead bodies were being discovered for the first...
So, when we found Hifumi, the first meaning, he wasn't actually found dead.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe...
Oh, I know! Because he was super good at playing dead! But
That is the worst logic I have ever heard. But honestly, I do not think there's anything that...
Okay then, let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his... Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This whole thing is pointless.
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office. And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, other than the change in how it was positioned,
Shoot!
Well, here's one. The first time we found him, and then his body disappeared.
And the next time, it was in.
But when you compare his body before, other than the change in how it, there was no notable difference.
No, it's wrong! In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository. His glasses. That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead.
perhaps you'd like to feel the rest of...
When we found Hifumi in the but when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless. And I got it! It was a glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used, and the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right? And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
The character was Princess Pig.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi. What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was...
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
That's a good point.
Then it must have been him.
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, then he stands up and walks out on his own and with that, the impossible task of...
But then, if he was just pretending... What was with all that blood?
The fridge in the nurse's office contains packs of blood for emergencies. He probably used one of those.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out. So he just dumped it everywhere. But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done.
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka, it should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
I got it! It could only have been Hifumi.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's...
That also explains how the...
The door was locked? Well, after the bodies...
McDoo-doos. McDoo-doo. Okay.
So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside. Which means when Kina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim.
But that means he took part in the murders.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you what?
There's more?
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to... You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto?
I got it! You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
Hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
What? In his pants?
Yes, his pants.
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now. Take a look at what the note says.
That's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me... Huh? Wait, this one's a little different. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now.
I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's not the same?
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro. And that person could only have been... I got it! That's right! Taka! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Hello? Over here! Objection! I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, so whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy! Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and... Ugh! Yes! Why must you ruin it every time? Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok! Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok! Huffy had the note, then the person it was must have been Huffy!
But remember what time did it say?
6 a.m.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok! Huffy had the note, then the person it was must have been Huffy!
But remember what time did it?
6 a.m.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
No, it's wrong. No, there absolutely is a connection.
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered. We've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was killed. I I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, no further objections!
Then someone used that note to trick Taka. Just the same as me. The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster. Telling people they found a way out.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it? Stuffed down his pants, no less!
Most likely, Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
Huh? He stole it?
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
I got it! When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping his... If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is... I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yup, they're from the same piece of paper.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note.
Well,
There's only one way to explain it.
I know how to actually...
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from its death grip, leaving behind only one small
That's how you
scrap.
explain it.
Did I get all that right?
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
That's how you also
Which
explain
proves
it.
that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa. Yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure. In fact, he was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still alive.
Sorry, no.
Well, I still also hear the game, right?
When we found him in the
Can I hear?
Hifumi was dead. The second body discovery announcement proves that.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
I murdered you.
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
He was killed in the repository. So he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished. But
You know what? Oh my gosh.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body.
Ah!
In other words, during that time, none of us had
Oh,
alibis.
yeah.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together. Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus! Who are you calling a walrus?
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
A potato.
And what might that be?
You.
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
the weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right? So if Hifumi was killed in the repository, the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it. But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain not
Aha.
of yours
Simp.
after all.
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
Yes, you are.
The question is,
And
how
yes,
could
you
the
are a
culprits
simp.
have gotten their hands on either of the hammers? Personally, I haven't a clue.
So which hammer was used to attack
Ah.
Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
Those were accounted
The
for
way
in
you
other rooms,
kind
too.
of
And I don't
capitalized
think either one
that,
is big enough
though.
to kill someone.
Then,
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
Spotless hammer.
What was used to kill Hifumi? Was it Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance!
Shoot!
What was used? Was it justice? Maybe justice.
Well, there's one. How was the culprit? How did nobody... Sounds like a Justice Hammer. Check out murdergear.com.
Well, one thing's the murder weapon had to be one of the... And...
No, that's wrong. The murder weapon wasn't a justice hammer.
But, seriously? A different weapon?
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were
Bro,
covered in
he
flecks of
having a
grit and
seizure
debris.
though.
But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Huh?
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used the hammer to kill him.
And whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him.
Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him. The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder. So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not? Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us,
Two murders. Two murders was impossible.
even if more than one, only the one who actually, assuming the rule holds true, it is simply.
That is how the rule was.
But that only really applies if there's one. In this case, however, there were two murders.
Based on the rules, even if more than one, only the one who actually, assuming the rule holds true.
No, it's wrong. Since there were two murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then
That's
yes,
why I
the
was
idea
on my
of an
phone and I
accomplice isn't
accidentally
really worth considering.
also opened incognito.
Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
I don't know, you
Risk
could
versus reward.
go off it or you can
Benefit,
stay on
the
it.
payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in the
not
scheme.
sure.
There's no point in being someone's accomplice
not
if
sure.
there's no benefit to you. However, if there
what
were
are-
some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
Was it on Google or was it on YouTube? Do you Okay. So basically, you press on the place where your account should be, which probably now has a man with a hat. Click on the hat and glasses logo of where your thing should be, and turn off incognito, or however you pronounce it. Yeah, there's an incognito mode on Google. Wait, you're on. I believe that they work on the same way. So, wait, let me show you, something of how I think I know. Wait. Now that I see it, there isn't an incognito mode on my computer thingy. Yeah, mine is on mobile, which I changed, like, I don't know, just, I know that how to, like, get off. Or you accidentally opened a tab. Are you on, like, Google or something? Or like, are you on, like, these new tabs on Google? Like, you can always like press X or like get out of them, because that actually helps them close an incognito tab sometimes. Well, actually it happens almost all the time, like I once did when I accidentally did. I don't know how I opened it. I just somehow did, like, I guess I accidentally pressed the button while like, yeah. But I remember once accidentally doing that. I usually get off the thing. Where did you post it? Hey, good job, child. And here's a good.
But I have a gun!
You're welcome. That's for congrats. Well, you're welcome. Well, I probably didn't help you, but good job, child. That's a congratulation.
You're saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices?
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he...
So in this case, there wasn't one single... Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidents. And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used by creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
That's just awful. How could anyone be so cruel?
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning.
I understand how an accomplice could be involved, but that...
That's problem numero uno right now.
Oh, joke update.
Here's my answer. It was Celeste.
Ah, so I'm the suspicious individual now, am I? I really do hate this kind of joke.
A joke? I wonder.
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi. The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that shit... pardonnez-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
I got it! The behavior they had in common has to do with the only ones who ever actually saw Robo...
Shush! The adults are talking now.
Sorry.
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual. If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said? We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen. Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
and when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said? Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
It was to get us to divide into two groups, so that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up. Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected. And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on. That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we're on the third floor, everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead, Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
I don't believe it! Everything, the whole thing was one big act!
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kinda sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait! Then that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but... looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about it.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed, so Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the four of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead. Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I don't really get what it means.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
All I said was... They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it? What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
So strange.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying the sight of us standing around. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die. Just like, and that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
All I said, they must really enjoying the sight of us standing over. We must be positively. We are all going to die here. We are going to die. Just like those guys.
No, that's wrong. That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died. When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how did you
Oh, you're blue, dabba dabba die. If you were green, you would die.
How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Imaginations?
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took? How do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
It has to be some kind of setup, right? So let's put the suit on, and...
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the... Just, I happen to know. In other words, it is an unassailable... Is everything I told you simple? What could you possibly...
Surely there are other...
No. There...
I got it! It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility. The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around. And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Such a thing is utterly impossible. Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
Yay, I have a new teacher. I'm kidding. I don't want to go on summer.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out!
How about Justice costume stand-up straight?
Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had... You tried to make me look like the bad...
And then...
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
No, that's wrong. No. Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that. Because that Robo Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
Checkmate? Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate? Celeste? Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem. Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying? When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not? He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro. In other words, Yasuhiro Hagakure!
Wait, but my name isn't really Yasuhiro. It's actually Taro.
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
He did say Yasuhiro, but are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
Which finger? The middle
Talking
finger?
about? I'll burn you alive!
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
I got it! That's right! Our last names!
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example. So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name. Indecent?
Don't talk.
Random chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation? No. There's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal. But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Well, and that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
What did you just say? To think you'd take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit! Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather! Yasuhiro is a loser's name! Do I look like a loser to you? Well, do I? What? I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up! My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
Hifumi.
Oh. Excuse me.
He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who...
It would have to be you, Celeste. You.
How many times do I have to tell you?
Celestia Ludenberg, god damn it!
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me,
No, that's wrong. That's it! The handbook!
What?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, Monokuma told us all... So all we have to do is check her hand. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I...
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened, please?
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because... Until the game's over, you never know what might happen!
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again, from the beginning, and shed light on all your crimes. And that'll bring everything to an end.
I am Celestia Ludenberg. I am Celestia Ludenberg. I am Celestia Ludenberg. My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again? How many times do I have to tell you? My name is Celestia Ludenberg. God damn it! What?
The killer is you! Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was... Hifumi. With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes. First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning. That someone they met with was Hiro. The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice suit. Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo-Justice was attacking him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker. And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room. And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder. The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims, to solidify Robo-Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1 and the Robo-Justice pictures they'd taken. They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack story. The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2. With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds that the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that. But how we did that. We left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for. He took a blood packet from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3 and turned the room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered. He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi. We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office. And once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room. He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That explains how each of the bodies disappeared. But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act. Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them. And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case. And the villain behind it all is... Celeste! Sorry, you lose.
I lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such words? They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor. I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no, Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Taiko?
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Interesting.
Hey! Yay!
Okay, Monokuma. I'm ready to begin. Or, no, I suppose this is the end.
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote. Okay? Okay. If you would, please locate your lever and cast your vote. And when the votes are tallied, who will become the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Yep. She's gonna get executed. She's going to get executed, broskies. Yay! Heh, noob. I actually like her execution. It actually looks cool, you know? We couldn't find what?
Honestly.
Yeah, it does suck, bro.
I knew it.
The execution actually looks really pretty. Like, you should, like, I'm not going to spoil the execution for you, even though you probably already see it. So,
So then.
it's awesome. Like, it looks so pretty. Like, I really like the look. Okay, here's a spoiler. There's fire. The fire looks really pretty in it. Here's a spoiler. There's fire. It's actually a pretty good one. No? Alright. Sorry. Just forget about it.
Say what?
I'm sorry.
Just a second.
Well, you're gonna have to stop it sometime because the execution has to go.
In other words,
Indeed.
I see.
Okay, sorry. But that's all I'm telling you. I won't tell you anything else. The end is pretty funny though.
Actually,
What?
are you okay with this? So then,
Damnation! Say what?
as for me,
Oh,
as for me,
what? Damnation! Say what? Completely
most unfortunate.
Hmm?
Actually,
What?
indeed.
I swear!
I see.
Indeed.
But...
Let's see.
Well,
So,
What the heck? Well,
Don't be mean!
I wonder about that.
why?
What the heck?
But...
You little bitch! Hey! You little bitch! wonderful. This is fine. There is nothing to be done. Just the worst. Oh. Do you understand? What is this? Yes, indeed. Isn't it wonderful?
Hey.
Chills! Kills! Now then, I prepared a very special... Let's give it everything we've...
I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this. What? Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? Which is why... Actually, it's not important. Well then... Take care, everyone. Perhaps we'll meet again. In a...
Alright, the punishment is coming! Alright, the punishment is very actually pretty. So, yeah. See? Like, you should look at the, a part of it is actually very pretty in it. Look at the fire! The fire is so pretty! Okay, sorry for saying that. Just, it's... The fire actually looks very pretty. I wish fire in real life looked like that. Then I'd definitely try and touch fire. Like, bro. Looks awesome. Wee woo, Paw Patrol, do 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 do. Paw Patrol, do 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 do. This part is funny. He just like does the last one. Yes! I don't know why, but I still kind of enjoy Paw Patrol if it's on. Like, if it's on, like, you know. I mean, like, it just is awesome. No. Oh my god.
Extreme! What are you gonna do?
I also like that show. Like,
Let me out of here!
it's just awesome. Like, whenever it's on, or like, if my, like, cousin is watching, I'm like, ooh. Like, I don't usually, like, watch it if it's by myself. Sometimes. Sometimes I do. If I choose to, of course. I'm usually a YouTube person, though. And, yeah. No.
Hey! Hey! What?
So then... You...
Ooh!
Hey,
Ooh! How exciting!
So they basically like took the like memories, like kind of some of the memories. I think, sorry for the spoilers, but like it took some things from the outside world, and yeah, that's as much as I remember. Like they took like things that they shouldn't remember of. Like, I'm not gonna do spoilers,
See ya later!
but I'm saying what happened and stuff, you know. Yeah, it's because the fire was pretty.
so...
Hey,
Yeah.
Indeed. Hey,
What?
so...
Come on. What? Goodbye.
well then.
Yo!
Okay.
Wait, what?
Shall we go?
Die in a hole.
So then...
Are you figuring out what they mean? Flip frugal gamer. Yay! We found her! I mean him! Sorry. Pronouns. I'm sorry. Him. We found him.
You... However... What? Indeed. What? It's true. That's fine. Correct.
Clean the back of the boys' bathroom storage closet. This one? Oh wait, I remember this from the anime. It's magic. Just check it. It's magic. It's not actually magic, but you could pretend.
Correct.
Oh wait, I know what's gonna happen. It's gonna be a big scare. Oh! Oh no! Oh no, something's gonna happen. Ta-da! No, it's not really a jump scare. I mean, like, for some people, maybe. What? No, I'm trying to look at the tissues. The heck, like Spider-Man, but Venom version? He got killed by this bro? Got killed by this dude? Oh wait, I think I know what's gonna happen. The person who just got attacked, that was Makoto.
Why, you? I asked you a question. What's the meaning of this? How dare you defy? This wasn't part of the deal! I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat. No, I've made my decision. I'm going...
But you you haven't forgotten what I'm holding hostage?
Yeah. Yay! It's the end of this chapter. There's a cliffhanger. Wait, what time? Oh, it's 6. Already? Oh yeah! Hey! That's actually pretty cool. Yo, it looks like Transformer. Yeah! Got new achievement, broskies! Oh my gosh, I remember that. flip you, Mondo. Oh my god. Oh.
Indeed.
Yeah, true though. Wait. Wait, you spelled her name wrong. Chiliro.
Cause, I mean...
Chiliro. Chiliro. Wait. Chiliro. Oh my god. Chiliro. 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 Ro. Chiliro. 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 Chai-Lyro, 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 I-Lyro, Chai-Lyro, 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 oh God. A-Ray, A-Ray. I did it. A-Ray, A-Ray. A-Ray, 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 Now that was awesome. When introverts are grounded. Now that was awesome. When introverts are grounded. What the? Now that was awesome. What the? I didn't even I didn't stop the. Oh, it just It just stopped. What the? I didn't even. I didn't stop. Flip! Oh. God darn it! Really? Really? It was there the whole time. So it wasn't there. Flip! God darn it! Really? Really? It was there the whole time. So it wasn't. God darn it! Just no. Flip! How's it not stopping? If did something happen or what? What the heck? How's it not stopping? What? But it. What's happening on the computer right